And during this program, we've had three individuals. They're called respondents who've been observing what's been going on. And each of them has a question, and I'm going to introduce them. Mirna Hernandez, where is she? There you are. She's the brand manager for Girl Scouts of the USA, and her promotion was just announced today.
Yes.
So please
Yay,
join me in giving an applause. Yelena Proseski, she's the founder of Avala Associates, LLC. And Rebecca Spicuglia, she's a communications manager of Applied Research Center, colorlines.com. So Mirna, your question.
Thank you so much. Thank you. So thank you so much for sharing. This is wonderful. As Michael said, I'm part of the brand management team here at Girl Scouts, where I came here about 3 years ago, trying to really focus on building a career in brand management. And with the 100th anniversary happening here, our concentration in Hispanic market and multicultural market, just giving opportunities of leadership to girls, it's been a wonderful experience. And today, all of that hard work actually has paid off, and I'm really, really happy that I've been able to build on all of the things that I wanted to do when I arrived. Jacqueline actually said something to me today that really put things in perspective. She said, I'm so happy for you because you actually did what you came here to do. And so building on that, I'm also a founder and vice president for a triathlon club that is called Tri-Latino Triathlon Club. This venture started almost about at the same time that I started working for Girl Scouts. And I was afraid. I had no idea what I was doing. I just knew I had a passion for the sport, and I wanted to share it with others in my community. So a group of friends and I just started thinking about how we can do this, researching, building something that we had passion for. And the beauty of it is that all of the skills that I was learning at Girl Scouts at the same time were applying to this new organization that I was building. In 2008, we started the six of us meeting at Whole Foods in Columbus Circle. Yeah. And just thinking over sushi. And in 2009, we put together a club. We said, look, if only us join, that's okay. It's gonna be okay. And that night, we actually pulled in 21 paying members. And we were like, oh my God, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? Today, Tri-Latino is very successful. It has 152 members, including a pilot group from the South Bronx of Tri-Latino Juniors, which is kids 14 to 16 really getting involved with sports through triathlon. And so all of this that I'm telling you today is really how I've been able to transfer the skill set that I am learning here at Girl Scouts and how I'm transferring back from Tri-Latino. And Tri-Latino really, there's a group of us and we do what we think is right. We put a lot of mind and heart into it and try to get the best outcome. But we're really learning as we go. So I guess my question to you is, how do we find that balance of being able to really juggle both of the responsibilities of doing what you love and also having a full-time job that you love and all of that transferring of skill set? Because as Jacqueline said, it's very easy to just get so involved that at the end you kind of feel like you have no other life than what you're doing. And yeah, you love it, but it's important to really be able to have that you time. So what advice would you have for us to really be able to find that balance?
Mirna, my darling. Mirna. I want to say to you, respect yourself, because it is about putting a boundary and a line in the sand on all of your priorities. And, there is room for everything. And here's another piece. we have to not have an addiction to perfection. We have to recognize when really good is really good enough. And because what is that saying? I know everybody here knows that excellent is the enemy of good, or how is that?
Perfection.
Perfection is
Perfection
the enemy of
Yeah.
the good. You know, maybe write that down on your desk, you know, because you are the one who gets to control your time. You have the power to say yes and the power to say no. I have learned over time, and I think it's more about age and life experience than it is about anything else. And I've learned over time, I've always had a very Zen philosophy about if not now, later. Right? I just went there all the time in my whole life. I've looked, if not now, later. It's okay. This too shall come to pass. It will fit in. I will make it work. Not all the time. So you have to grab some things when they're happening, because when they happen, her 2-year-old is only going to take first steps once. There are things in life that happen that you want to be a part of, and we don't want to apologize to ourselves for not being there. It's about priorities, and honestly looking at what they are and owning them. That's how I have to look at it. And I have to tell you, I have made choices. And, you know, I don't know that they've hurt my career because they haven't hurt my life. So at the end of it all, it's going to be about, you know, not how many speeches I gave, or, you know, it'll be how rich my life was for so many reasons. And some of them will be things that there was never a paycheck for, and, you know, nothing even close. So that'd be my take.
To go with some of your sports thing, these life is the marathon, not the sprint, right? There is a very, very long time, one hopes, within which to both do things, but also over which you have got to get up every morning and you have to keep your enthusiasm going. And to go back to where we started, you have to find a way to structure your life so that you want to get up every morning and you don't want to set yourself on fire on the steps of the White House because you know everything is wrong in the world. And so it is almost required that you find whatever time you need for yourself so that you can get up tomorrow and a year from now and 2 years from now. And if that's starting a club, I mean, that's wonderful. And if it's doing nothing but watching really bad TV several hours, you know, a day, a week, or whatever, and that's what you need to do, that's fine. It's okay. Not every moment has to be productive and accounted for. You have to come up with some balance. That does mean that there's going to be some things you don't do as well as you might otherwise do, but that's okay. Yeah. What you have to do is figure out two things. One, what are the shortcuts that you can take? It's really okay, for example, to bring store-bought stuff to the bake sale and not actually bake the cookies in the middle of the night. Or you know, there are many shortcuts in life that one can take, and they're okay to take. And you also have to spend a fair bit of time thinking about, in any given moment, what really has to be done well then. And there may be sometimes when there's a project at work that is something that it is important to your career, it's important to you personally, it's important to the organization, it's important to achieving what you want to achieve, that week you're going to miss the meeting of your club because work is so important. But then a month from now, you're going to talk to somebody about how you're not coming in tomorrow because you're doing something elsewhere in your life that's very important to you, and there's not much happening at work that day. So you've got to really be thinking about picking the spots. And it's hard, but there's kind of no other way to get through life, is my view.